Okay, you see, I got a fucking apron on. It's some more shit, bro. It's the real thing over here.
Oh, I understand. I heard you run 5 businesses.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I definitely run a nice amount of companies. I'm building off the ground, and a couple. I got a few that's already been doing their thing, but this particular one, my food truck's literally right out front, and this shit. We just hit a crazy rush hour, but it is what it is. Hey, we here.
Yeah, it's just dropped like an amazing body of work with Colored.
Thank you, brother.
How did you come up with that title?
Color was and the title was inspired. Man, to be real with you, bro, like that shit just fell in my lap one day. Like I can't even really truly remember like where it came from. Like it literally just came in my head one day, and I was like, I thought I initially wanted to do a song titled Colored, CLRD. But then when I like actually like, cause I'm big on like writing stuff out in my phones, like little cheat sheets, stuff like that. So once I wrote it out and seen it spelled out, I was like, whoa, like that shit's kind of like a thing, you know what I mean? And so I knew I wanted to turn it into a body of work. And then so once I dove into creating my solo project, I knew that's what I wanted it to be titled. I knew that's why I wanted my label to be titled. I just like the moment that I like married it, I married it, because it just stands for so many different things for me. And yeah.
Why now? Why the solo album now?
To be real, man, the solo thing has honestly probably been overdue. But timing is obviously everything, and I feel like now it's better than ever because one, me and Octane, just as far as the group is concerned, have been doing it for long enough for people to know like it's not like we don't love each other, like that we didn't put our all into Audio Push. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother and one of my best friends. So we put in enough work in the Audio Push for everyone to know and to see what it's like for brotherhood, like a real duo to last and not never be no weirdo shit, no weird stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's just now at this point it's overdue because we both have real stories to tell. I turned 30 next month. I have 2 sons, I have a real story to tell all across the board. We have 2 totally different journeys. And we've been fusing our story for 10 plus years, you know what I mean? In interviews. Prime example, if we were doing this interview right now, me and him would have to be like fusing our answers or like making, you know what I'm saying? Like we, like in a group, you almost have to have one mind, even though me and him are so much alike, but it's still like I have my own mind and he does too. So it's time and I have a real black story to tell.
And with that, just creating by yourself, how was that? What was that feeling like just creating this body of work alone?
It was fire. Honestly, like, I do a lot of music on and off the court, like, you know what I mean? So I do a lot of music for myself and then I do a lot of music for a lot of other people, writing, producing, things like that. So I'm always working alone, you know what I mean? Just to be real, like, and luckily, like, this is really my dog. So even on the group side, we're able to like send music. We haven't been like in a space where we just be in the studio together every day in years, and not even negatively, just because we grown. You know what I'm saying? Got other things going on. I got multiple companies and shit to do. I got sons. So saying that to say within creating this, it was easy because I already have my own studio. I already have all my own everything. I've been producing and doing everything. So it felt dope, because it felt like, all right, cool. Finally, I get to like get in the gym by myself. I get to spar by myself. I get to box by myself, So it felt incredible. You read my mind. My brother, what's your name again, Black King? Craig?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to smoke on here?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
It's been a tough day over here, Craig. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Shit, I gotta blow a little something.
I believe you. I mean, you're running 5 businesses, so it's a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but so the process was fire though, bro. It was extremely fun. It had to be however it felt for like Kobe or Shaq or whoever, like when Kobe and Shaq were doing their thing forever, but when it was time for them to kind of like spread their wings alone, that's the best way to explain it.
Okay. I want to go into that track, Maya. Well, I know the inspiration is Maya Angelou, but is there do you read her work a lot?
I'm not gonna say I like read her work a lot. I read a lot of our African leaders work, you know. And so I've had my season where I've dug into my Maya season, as well as my Malcolm, as well as my John Henry Clark, as well as my Marcus Garvey, as well as my many of our greats, you know. But for me, the inspiration really was stemmed off of like the first line, which was "They killed my little bro Thomas yesterday." And when you color it, we don't really look to the law to investigate. You know, we just get the drop, slide on the ops, and replicate the same cycle. And so that's really where the inspiration came from, because literally the day before I made that song, my little homie got killed. You know what I'm saying? And this is my little bro who I just had at my crib and produced his first single for him, and, you know, all this type of shit, you know? And so, and a lot of people don't know that, like, San Bernardino, which is like where my restaurant is at, where like my family's from, born and raised in the area. San Bernardino County is the biggest county in the United States, and San Bernardino County is the IE. Okay. And why is that important? Is because San Bernardino is many years, but this year particularly is the number one, like it is the number one in the murder rate in California. So it has the most murders of 2020 in any city in California. Your Comptons, your all of that, Oakland, all of that is under San Bernardino. And so I said that to say that, like, we're dealing with constant murder, constant poverty, constant, like, a lot of shit that's not publicized, you know, because it's not LA or it's not this or that, but it's constantly going on. And there's a lot of caged birds in the IE. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of talented, a lot of kings and queens and superstars that are in the IE that's dying, that's getting killed. You know what I'm saying? That's going to jail for life. That's literally experiencing what Maya is about, you know? And that's the premise of it. And then for me, it was like, you know, the caged bird. That's literally what I thought of. So then I just started like naming it Maya. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of like take the answer a little bit. I had to give the context, man. I had to.
Oh yeah, you good. Like throughout the project, it felt like you were pretty much like teaching a class.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of content. It felt like each song we got one lesson, then the next one went into another lesson. It's a very cohesive body of work. And I guess I want to ask, like, was that your intentions from the beginning?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm crazy about concept albums. Any of the audio push albums that you've heard, most times you'll hear me on the skit. Like I'm crazy about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what makes an album complete. And so any album that you get from me is going to be conceptual. It's going to be an experience. Because to me, anybody could just put songs together and then title it and call it an album or a project, you know? But to me, if you're not giving the listener an experience, then what are we doing? You feel me? If we're not giving them something to hold on to and potentially learn from, grow from, build from, then like, what are we doing? Like anybody could do like little music and shit. Hey, you do it, you know, that shit is whatever. So it's like, yes, that was my intention. As far as being able to educate without like preaching was something that like I just thank God for, you know, within this project, because I don't ever want to come off like preaching, you know, and especially with my solo shit, I want to make that like a very intentional thing to not do. However, I'm not going to run from giving you the message. So I am grateful that we were able to creatively teach, you know what I'm saying, with the project, talk about everything from Clyde Anderson to Ski to fucking, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We talk about so many different things that like, if you want to go research it, then you'll find out who Clyde Anderson is. You'll find out who John Henry Clark is. You'll find out who these great people are when you go do your research, you know, if you care to. If not, then you just gonna enjoy the raps in the bot. And that's cool too. So yeah, it was intentional though.
Okay. And I think that is dope. Like my first listen, I was like, okay, I'm taking in the bars, I'm taking in the cadence. And then on the second listen, I'm like, hold on, who is that? Like I'm hearing names that I'm not really familiar with. So then I'm like, okay, now I'm really in school the second time around, which is dope.
Yeah,
and
that's fire.
And even from a production standpoint, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you locked in with Boy Wonder.
Yeah. Boy Wonder produced the second song on the project, Rumors. Yeah, which was fucking incredible. Shout out to Wonder, man. That's my dog. For real.
Speaking of Rumors, let's talk about it. How was that transition from Interscope and then going to Wyclef's label?
So the transition was, you know, it was definitely a journey. we've been signed to Interscope 2 different times. I've been signed to Interscope twice in my life. And the last time we were signed was like 2014. I think we got out of that deal like 2014 or so. So it's been a long time since we've been signed to like a major. We've done different partnerships and things like that, but the transition was easy for me because I've already been being independent for a while now. You know what I mean? And even when we were signed to a major, we were independent. We were still doing everything. We were still super proactive. They would just come in here and there with a little bit extra money and, you know, do things like that. But we've been doing everything, especially like myself. I've been recording, producing, engineering, paying for videos, paying for this, paying for that. I've been doing that, you know? So the transition to me was it was easy, to be honest, like, bro, because for me, I already knew and already know what I want and what I need and don't want. So it was easy. Shout out to Madeline Nelson. Shout out to, Wyclef. Shout out to the whole team at Heads Music. Shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to everybody that's involved. But we came with our shit kind of like ready over here at Color DNT. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really wasn't much that needed to be done other than like doing what everyone's great at. You get what I'm saying? So we did, as far as and my team is concerned, we brought the product, we brought everything to the table to where everybody that's a part of Heads were able to just be great at what they're great at. And we got what we got right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is incredible. Yeah. Shout out to the whole team. They showing their ass. Wyclef going crazy. And it's like not even like Wyclef's like doing anything other than embracing me and just showing love and spreading the music and just being genuine, a genuine fan of the music, man. And the humility is just, couldn't pay for it, period.
Yeah. How does that embracement from Wyclef feel?
It's amazing, bro. I can't front. Like, it honestly be unreal at sometimes. You gotta excuse me, like looking for. I don't be doing all the like traditional shit, man. We gonna keep it real and regular around here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, man. But that shit is unreal sometimes. Like he was literally playing the guitar to Maya, and that shit just was crazy. Like The Score is one of my favorite albums ever. Literally, like top 10 favorite albums. Period. Wyclef is obviously just Wyclef, so it feels incredible. It feels super inspiring. I do my best to not get like caught up in it. You know what I mean? Because I've literally been embraced from everybody from the Drakes to the damn whoever. You feel me? And it's still a lot more to do, and a lot further to go. A cosign and all that's not it. It's not the end of the road. So I take it, I embrace it, and I use it as the inspiration, but I don't allow it to like do anything to my ego or anything. You know what I mean? Stay eye on the prize still. You feel me? And then it just shows me that you can be as elevated as Wyclef, as talented, as paid, as established, as as just straight as Wyclef, but you can still reach out to the young, emerging talent and the young dudes that's out here, young females out here trying to get it. And that's what I appreciate the most,
Definitely. And that with everybody embracing you, the cosigns, it does feel like the perfect time for your arrival. And I think that was one of my favorite tracks on the album was Arrival, because it does feel like this is your like coming out party, like I'm here, like
yeah,
like because you do a lot in this industry.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the purpose of Arrival, man. And I just am super appreciative that like everybody rocks with Arrival like they do, because so many people love Arrival, and I think that's really dope. And that's what it was. It was like my name is, you know what I mean? That was that vibe for it being all that, you know what I'm saying? But like 1990, I arrived on the scene. My mama first child, and she had me at 16. Now I'm touring overseas in and out of these shows, getting through calls from Pops, he in and out of the hole. You know what I mean? So just give you an experience of my life, because it's what it is. You know what I mean? My mom's the first one to do anything great in my family for real, other than like my mom went to nursing school, my auntie went to nursing school, which is incredible. I'm not saying that's not great, but as far as just traveling the world, owning my own companies and doing the things that I've done, no one's done it. And I literally would be in Germany and shit, having to ignore my dad's calls because when you're in jail, call and collect, and I'm overseas. So the fucking fee is going to be insane.
Crazy. But
reality. So yeah, Rival was definitely that. Just some real hip hop shit to just kind of like, I'm teaching on the album about the Black experience on so many different levels, but Arrival was like kind of educate people on me, you know, and who I am. So yeah.
Out of everything you do, whether it's songwriting, writing for yourself, producing, engineering, which one of those would be your favorite?
Cuzzo, bring me that lighter. That's a great question. My favorite out of all of them would definitely, no question, be me writing for myself. It's cold. Is that a fan? Please turn it off. It definitely would be. Craig, I appreciate you like being a real one too.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, man. Like just sidebar, right? Because we ain't going nowhere. And I got you here. Fucking sidebar real quick. Right. I've been in it for 10 plus years, bro. And so I done did all them like tits ass interview, all that tension, man. That shit is out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. With us, bro, even with you doing the interview and me giving the interview, like I'm gonna keep it me. But so just saying that to say, as far as what I enjoyed the most, it would definitely be me writing for myself, because the payout with me writing for myself is me performing the music. And there is no fucking greater feeling on this planet than performing. Other than seeing my son be born. Damn it, because I gotta say that and get that out there. But like not sex, not nothing, fam. Not this fire ass weed I'm smoking in Cali right now. There's nothing greater than performing, bro. It's the greatest fucking feeling. So I would say writing my own music and doing my own music. I can't wait to perform all this solo shit. Woo.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Question. If I'm not mistaken, I think a couple weeks back, I feel like, did you not perform anything? I thought I saw you on Hit Boy's page performing.
Yeah, we had did this. We did with Audio Push. We did a virtual reality show. Was it Black August? I think it was Black August. Jennifer know better than me, but it was fire. I think it was Black August. But we did this dope virtual show. I've been having so much shit going on. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, we've done a few virtual shows. I'm doing my own. I can't really do too much announcing because we locking in a partner right now. But I'm gonna do my own virtual one. Just doing the whole colored album's gonna be sick. But yeah, we've been doing some shit.
Amazing. Shoot. What strain is that anyway that you're smoking?
That type of shit, man. Craig, come on, man. Let's have a real dope. Like, come on, man. Let's take this interview to the next level. Now, this is some good ass OG right here, dude. We call this good old OG. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. Okay. But yeah, OG. I'm out here in Cali. Where you at, bro?
I'm in Maryland.
Okay, so you're on the east. Yeah. It's legal some places over there though.
Yeah.
You in DC?
I be having a ball. I have my med card, so I'm good.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you're good. So yeah, over here, bro, like it's a dispensary outside. It's like it's all type of shit. You know what I mean? But you know, the weed shit over here is like second nature. But this shit is my therapy. But it's some OG.
Okay. Speaking of that, just going into the LA culture, what was it like growing up, like in your teenage years in LA?
Incredible, man. I mean, I'm actually from the IE, like I was discussing. The Black August concert, that's where we performed with Audio Push. Most Def, it was all type of dope people on there. Rap City, it was all type of dope people on the Black August show. But growing up out here in Cali, because I'm from the IE, which is 40 minutes east of LA. You feel me? Down the street. So I'm from the IE, you know, and like I said, we live a different experience, bro, because you know, when people come here, they instantly, automatically, like, associate everything to LA. But we, like I said, in the IE, San Bernardino is the biggest county in the United States, and that's in the IE. You know what I'm saying? The only casinos and shit that's down here is in the IE. If you've ever seen Next Friday, when Craig goes to live with his cousins in Rancho Cucamonga, that's the IE, you know, but that's the burbs. That's the suburbs, you know what I mean? So, but we also got San Bernardino, which is the murder capital of not only just California, but it's in the top 10 of the United States every year. Not that that's tight. I just am stressing that because my growing up, I grew up Cripping all my life. You know what I'm saying? I was a Crip my whole life since I was fucking a kid. You know, my dad was a Crip. My dad's still a Crip. You feel me? My dad is in the pen. He just got another case. Just got another 30-year charge fucking couple years ago. I've been in and out of jail since I was 5 years old. All my cousins was Crips. All my family was Crips. So that's all I seen growing up. My family survived the Jim Jones massacres. You know, one of my aunties died in Jonestown. So that turned a lot of my family members and my elders into drug addicts and drug dealers and shit. So I was seeing a lot of dope being sold and smoked as a kid, and just things like that, you know. So growing up, but luckily growing up out here in Cali, we had clown dancing and crump dancing, which is why I'm going hard on Lionsgate Films and Dave LaChapelle, or however the fuck you say his name, because they robbed all these kids from Rise, the movie Rise, that saved my life and saved a lot of our lives out here as young California kids. And that dance that them kids were doing saved our fucking lives. Because growing up out here, you could literally, a group of gangbangers could walk up on you, and if you wasn't banging and you told them you danced, they wouldn't fuck with you. If you clown dance or you crump dance, you was getting passes by killers. I'm talking about killers was walking, like, letting niggas slide because they danced. And that shit saved a lot of our lives. And then they were using Christ, even though I'm not a Christian anymore, or, you know, I don't consider myself a Christian. However, they were using Christ with this dance as kids and instilling spirituality and Christ into us as kids. And that shit saved our lives. So that's something I was doing as well. That was the thing I would always juggle with gangbanging. You feel me? Because I would always be dancing and being Christ up. So I would never really be able to dive head first. You feel me? And that's important to me because a lot of kids here, we did that, you know, and that shit. And so you got the Chris Browns, you got the Rejects, you got so many stars, T-Fly, a lot of these kids that came up out of here came from the dance community. You know, Chris Brown was coming out here 16 battling us. We was battling that nigga as teenagers. You know what I mean? But so it was huge. And fuck Lionsgate Films and Dave LaChapelle, man, because they stole from our people. And I'm saying that, and that's on record. I'm saying that. I'm standing firm with that. Why? Because we don't owe y'all nothing. I mean, y'all stole from these kids, made millions, and literally still to this day, just put Rise back on Netflix. Literally Rise is on Netflix now, and these kids still ain't made a dime, not a nickel. And these are my friends. And these motherfuckers made millions off of them, bro. We were sitting in California. Dave LaChapelle. I don't know how to really pronounce his name, but I know it's like Dave LaChapelle. Yeah, man. That scumbag, that thief, because he's trying to swear that Lionsgate stole all the money and they need to be audited, but you need to be audited too. Bro, kid you not, bro. Out here in California, and I'm going to wrap it up. We go to something else. But out here in California, bro, when that movie dropped, dog, we were sitting in aisles. Like every movie theater was so sold out and so packed, nigga. They was letting us sit in the aisles, stand in the aisles, bro. It was every movie theater had hundreds of kids in it, packed for weeks. And my people didn't get a fucking dime, and we going to war over that shit, bro. Every interview I do, I'm speaking on that, bro. I'm going to war over that shit, period. And I ain't gonna make a dime, but my people need theirs, bro. That shit saved my life. You feel me? Tommy the Clown saved my life. That shit make me emotional. We could go to the next shit. That shit pisses me off, bro. Pisses me off. But that's what we were doing out here in California.
I think that's how to be honest, I probably discovered Audio Push a little late, but I discovered y'all because y'all knew how to dance. Me just being over here in the East Coast, I'm like, yo, I'm wearing baggy clothes. I'm like, oh, they over there with like the tightest jeans I ever seen in my life, and they jerking. What is going on? So when I saw that video on MTV Jams, I was like, nah, I gotta be in the house. Like, I think at the time I didn't even have good internet. I had AOL or something like that. So I had to wait for MTV Jams just to see y'all. I think y'all did Teach Me How to Jerk.
Facts.
And I was like, oh, well, shit, I'm gonna just learn from them. And that's how it started for me. I was like, I just became a fan after that. And I was like, wow, y'all versatile. Like y'all do a lot of different type of music.
Yeah. And that's why with my solo shit, I had to be very intentional with the message, because I can make, bro, I've written for everybody. So I could really go write a country smash, an alternative rock smash, or your heart, or be on a song with Wu-Tang, rapping bar for bar with them niggas, because I've done it. So like, it's so many levels to it, but that's why I had to choose. You know what I mean? It's like a person that's very like I would believe, I'm sure, like you say, you were dancing, you do interviews. I'm sure that's just two things that you're able to do that you're great at. I'm sure you can do plenty of other great things. And if you put your mind, like you're 100% focused to it, you get 100% out of them, right? And so that's why with my music and my message and my intent, it was mandatory for me to be 100% about revolutionizing like Black excellence and just speaking for our people. You know what I'm saying? 100% making my message the colored experience, you know, everything from financial literacy to just leaving a fucking legacy for your children. You know what I'm saying? Black ownership all across the board, really speaking and preaching and living it and bleeding. And that's where we at.
Okay. Your business partner, if I'm not mistaken, are you working with Nipsey's business partner?
So shout out to David Gross. That's my guy. I'm definitely a part of On Our Own, which is his fund that he started. Shout out to On Our Own, which is like, he says, I embody what the whole essence of On Our Own is. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's super crazy about me as I am him. And we going to definitely do some more things in the works. We haven't locked anything in other than me just being a rep, ambassador for On Our Own, whatever, a slave for On Our Own. I'm whatever the nigga need me to do for On Our Own. You feel me? But, you know, other than that, that's my brother. And gives great advice, great gems. David Gross, Vector 90, everybody over there. Nick, man, their whole team is it's just the reason why Nick was locked in with him.
That makes sense.
But my business partner, though, whose office I'm actually in right now, who owns a piece of Birdie Hunters, his name is Sharice Wright, and he was in the NFL. He played for fucking too many teams. But he's from the IE as well. He's one of my good friends, and he's incredible. We got some great things in the works. Shout out to him.
Is that his jersey in the back, or that's somebody else's jersey? The 22.
Oh no, where's that Smith? This is his jersey right there. Sharice Wright. He went to USC. I know he played on. Where all did he play? I know he played on the Titans, the Raiders. He played on a few different teams. The Chargers. He was on the Chargers, wasn't he, Cuzzo? Wasn't Sharice on the Chargers? Ravens and the Chargers. And the Niners. He had a great, you know, some of these dudes, they last 2 years in the shit. He had a very successful NFL career.
Definitely.
And that's partner, my guy, my brother. Shout out to my bro.
I know you said that, you know, the weed is therapy, but I know you got some other ways that you cope with all the madness that's going on. What's some other things you do to keep yourself sane?
Really, the music. My sons, man, I got 2 sons, man, that are like incredible. Like incredible. My 9-year-old son, Brodeo, he literally just texts me like, Dad, I just finished listening to your whole album. Is it only 8 songs? Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But this is like, I really love my sons, you know, and I get so much out of them. You know, even if I'm having like a negative day or a day just not going the best, you know, I could get on FaceTime or call one of them and shit be gravy, you know. So they really be the therapy that like the ultimate therapy, you know. But I really just stay busy, bro. You know, I stay busy. I watched this show. It was called Underground, and they took it off TV because they some haters. This shit was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. John Legend produced it. This shit was fire. It was about the Underground Railroad. This shit was fire. But one of the ladies on the show has said something really that just stuck with me for life. And this was like 2 years ago. But she was telling her daughter, because they was on a plantation and she was just so stressed about being on a plantation, and was just hated it much. And the mom told her, like, lose yourself in the work. And I was like, damn, that's a bar. You know, and even though like that's just for the show. And they just went on about the episode, but that shit just stuck with me. Yeah. You know, because you can lose yourself in your work. And sometimes it's not good for you. Sometimes it is. You know, you got to have that. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's good for you. Sometimes it's not. You got to have that balance. But for me, once stuff start getting too weird and just out of my hands, out of my control, I just like to lose myself in the work and just continue on building these streams of income and this legacy that is going to be the change that I want to see. You know what I mean? And as long as I'm really like creating these assets and making them like concrete so that like they can go down for the next generation. I'm talking about real generations and not like, oh, just my sons. No, I'm talking about like the whole, like I'm not fucking around with my family and all the my loved ones, all the colored family. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
Where you get that entrepreneurship attitude from?
Man, I gotta say my grandfather, and I really didn't realize this until a few years ago. I learned this a few years ago about him, but I never knew. I never realized. I was a child, bro, 12 years old. I couldn't wait to be 13 because I was able to get a job at 13 holding signs. And I wanted to get a job so bad because I wanted to buy vapes and dope shoes and shit that I wanted that my mom wasn't buying. She wasn't fucking with me. And she was a single mom, you know, she had me at 16, had 3 kids by the time she was 21. My mom was fucking struggling. So, but I wanted what I wanted. And I didn't want to go stealing and shit like that. That was never really my wave. So I would start holding signs. You feel me? I was 13 holding signs, but man, I used to make fucking $150 a weekend or something like my checks would be like $300, but I was like 14 years old, 13, 14, getting a $300 check. And that was the shit. Nigga, I was going and buying shoes. I was going to do my thing, have me a little cell phone. Said that to just say, man, I've always wanted to go get it. You know what I mean? Because I never like asking people for shit and having to be on their time, on their energy. You know, I want to go get it on my own. And so when I got older, I realized, you know, I learned that my grandfather, my dad's dad, he owned a lot of companies. Obviously, we just didn't have the access to knowledge that we got now, so he didn't know how to sustain them. But my grandfather owned the restaurants. He owned churches. I watched my grandfather preach in his church as a 5-year-old, which was the shit. You know, my grandfather wrote books. He did a lot. You know, he did a lot. But he also was, you know, a brother. You know, in California, you feel me? So it wasn't as easy. But that's why I was saying it come from my grandfather, Harry Jacks, rest in peace, his soul. You know, and it bounced over to the God.
Yeah, because I hear on the album you also say like speaking on your grandfather, your grandmother, you miss going over her house.
Yeah, that's my everything, man. I say her name a few times. That's what I said. I gotta make it to Fallon. Gotta put it on for Madeline. That's my granny name. You know what I'm saying? But my granny is my grandma she was up there with Jim Jones and him as well. My grandma, it's funny, my grandma was the black sheep of my family. My grandma did the unthinkable, but if my grandma didn't do what she did, I wouldn't have been here. My grandmother had sex with her sister's husband, ran off with him. They had my mom, which was my grandfather, ended up having my mom, which ended up having me. And I'm the greatest thing that happened to my family. You feel me? Oh, wow. So I'm the cure to the generational curses that were, you know, planted. But my grandmother did everything from sold drugs to did drugs to all types of shit, you know, was in the penitentiary, all types. But we don't know that granny. We just know granny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know the grand, you feel me? The grand that raised us, you feel me? Whose tapes we used to steal. We used to steal our Marvin Gaye tapes and record over them 8 years old. I was recording songs 8 years old in the crib. You know what I'm saying? On boombox. You know, my grandma was my everything. You know, she's the one who taught us how to, you know, clean the crib, cook our own food, clean the bathroom, like literally take care of, do a man and a woman's job. You feel me? That's what my grandma was a big fan of.
How was your process like making music? Has that changed at all?
Not necessarily. Like my process making music hasn't necessarily changed, but it's definitely, I'm definitely developing more tools, you know, more skill sets, more tools with it. But it's just still the boy. You know, I work best like alone. As much as like I do enjoy creative ideas, creative minds, multiple creative minds in a room, but I'm at my best when I'm like alone. Fresh in the morning, like beginning of the day, it's like I'm at my best. You know what I mean? My raps is God level when I first wake up type shit. You know what I mean? And I just can just create. That's the beauty of having my own studio. And yeah, just doing my own thing.
How did you figure out like favorite?
I'm saying that's my favorite way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As far as your like creativity, you ever like wake up in the middle of the night, you guys just like grabbed a pen or anything just to write some ideas down?
Man, no, not lately. Not in like years. I ain't been on that type of time. Nah. Most times once I go to sleep, I'm out. It's a wrap. It's not night. Because it's probably been a nice long little day, bro. Like prime example, like my days be really full and I make them. My days are full and I make sure they're full as well. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I woke up today and I got like an Instagram, little IGTV little series I be doing called Who Got the Bars. And so I just be like getting on my IG live in the morning. I'll make a beat in the morning, then get on live, play the beat, and let like my fans and stuff freestyle to the beat. And so, you know, start day with that, then create, then ran errands, pay some bills, then came to the track only to drop shit off. It was rush hour, ended up having to get on the truck. It was on the truck for hours, and now we do an interview. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I end up actually laying it down, it's a wrap. But I really don't. I get up in the morning and I create. So my ideas come fresh most in the morning. I don't even really like late sessions anymore. I be talking about that all the time with my homies. Like we used to be in the studio till 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6, 7 coming up. All them days are over with. Them days are over with because then that means I'm gonna be starting my next day late, and I don't like that. I need a fresh start every day. It's too much money to be made every day for me to be like waking up at 1 because I went to sleep at 6, 7. Like I can't be waking up at 1. That's out.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule to wake up that late in the day. Everything gone, especially with you. You said you create most in the daytime anyway. I mean, well, in the morning.
Yeah. But I mean, if I wanted to, I could be creating at night late night studio sessions and shit. But I don't like that. It ain't the best for me. I like treating this shit like work. You know, I mean, as much as I love it and it is fun, but you got to create a schedule so that you can have some success. You know what I mean? And I don't work well without having some type of schedule. You know, some type of layout. Yeah.
And I guess like even though you got the schedule, like stuff happens, like rush hour might have a little roughs in the schedule where you got to handle some stuff. But yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I was not planning on that. I was like, I literally forgot about the damn interview because I'm looking at 5 people in front of me, and that shit right there, I like, you know, have like, you know, it was some intense energy on the track because I'm not a fan of people waiting a long time for their food, bro. Once you get a customer to come and spend their money with you once, the key is getting them to keep coming back. And one way to get a person to never come back is have them waiting too long for their food. I'm just not a fan. So I pride myself on like getting people in and out. We wasn't doing a good job at that, and I wasn't, you know, it wasn't making me happy.
Hey, what kind of food is on the truck?
So my food truck is the first and #1 Black-owned hibachi food truck. It's called Brody Hunters. We got everything: fried rice, hibachi steak, chicken, shrimp, veggies, lobster, shrimp tempura, sushi rolls, wings, fries, special lemonades every day, fried crab legs. We going crazy on this thing. Going crazy. And we the #1, the first one to do it. First Black-owned hibachi food truck and lounge.
Oh, that's crazy, yo. Wait, lounge? Is it so it's a lounge?
So we got the food truck and we got the lounge out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to sneak out here and show you. Cause that's the type of tight shit we can do. We make the rules, man. The rules, all them interview rules and shit, all that tent shit is all over with. Media training rules and shit, them days is over with.
So you telling me the truck is like right there?
Oh man, you think it's good? Not only is the truck out here, the customers is out here.
Oh,
we got Sage out here. We got my good peoples out here. How y'all doing, family? My good peoples. What's up with you, family? Hold on.
Camera went out.
Can you see? You can see the lounge. Wow. It's my guy Sharice. It's the lounge. Some good people. Wow. Say what's up to my family. What's up, King? Good thing? Man, bless you, man. We slow zoom in. How y'all doing, my family?
Shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's going down. And we got the lounge right here. TVs out here. It's my business partner right here that I was telling you about. That's in the NFL, Sharice, right? I'm on a Zoom interview.
Yo, what's up, yo? How you doing?
Right here, so we locked in. We got it's black excellence all throughout this hub, man. So you know what I mean. Everything from the food truck to the lounge right there. Then when you come here, we building this out for we're cementing this so that we can have the mobile, the detailing in the car wash area. We be doing it already, but we're gonna actually set this up to where it's more like, you know, I don't know the proper terminology for that, but just, you know, set up for parking spaces. There it is. Spaces set up so where we can wash them, you know, the lines and actual like parking spaces. Boom. Then we got tow trucks back there. We got tow trucks back here. They doing auto work, body work. They got clothing, doing merchandise. We building out more to this to the house and the actual office. And then we got studio here. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Hey, my brother though. Hey, listen, this guy right here. Me and Octane, before we was a group, we was all me, Octane, and this guy right here used to rap every day at lunch in middle school, every single day. I used to rap ludicrous lyrics with this dude on the phone as kids. This is my brother. I love to death. So this is the studio. I didn't even know he was back here. Putin, but you never know who's back here. Vibes, you know, it's just black. It's a black excellence hub, man. All across the board.
Yo, that is really like the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, brother. And you know, so then we got kitchen here. This is my little brother, and he's also a shareholder and one of the owners of Brody Hunters right here. Just turned 18, already a business owner, going crazy in here, making yum sauce, garlic butter, everything from scratch. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying? Put your gloves on. No, little bro. His hands watching everything but we interviewing. You know what I'm saying? Put your gloves on for the interview. Nah, but and then we got the You know, we got office space here, man. It's just all black excellence all across the board. Oh, wait, hold on. It gets better. Let me see if they hear it, though. It's the last piece of the puzzle. Anybody here? Anybody in there? Yeah. We like it's a barbershop in there, though.
Got a barbershop, okay.
Yeah, so one chair barbershop. Yeah, man. So it's inspiring, man, every day here.
Wow. That's beautiful. You're just around so much entrepreneurship and people like working, everybody working on something.
Yeah, that's the key, man. That's the key, bro. You got to keep that type of energy around you, so that you know that's what's around you. If that's all that's around you, that's the standards that's being set, and you're gonna meet and matching them.
Mm-hmm. So what's next for you? Like as far as I guess music wise.
We ain't not stopping. I'm not letting up. I own everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm signed to myself and have an incredible partnership with an incredible team. You know what I'm saying? His music is phenomenal all across the board. So I have like a real dope freedom to be able to create and drop like how I want. You know what I mean? So we got some incredible stuff in the works. We dropping a short film tomorrow. Group Economics drops tomorrow. I don't know what that would be for the interview, but it drops
YouTube.
Yeah, we dropping it YouTube. We premiering it with Fader. I think we got some other dope stuff that we working on with it, but it drops October 21st. My first short film, you know what I'm saying? I funded it all, you know, shout out to Lexus Macon, shout out to Lexus Macon, I apologize. Silvertown Media, the whole team for crushing it, you know. Yeah, man, we bringing it all in, man. We gotta set the tone and set the precedent so that like people are coming to us. You know, this is what I grew up on. I grew up on Baller Block, and I grew up on Hot Boys. I grew up on Belly. I grew up on, you know what I'm saying, State Property. I grew up on my favorite rappers coming out with their own movies. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't waiting on shit. You feel me? Friday, you dig? Like niggas ain't gotta wait for nobody, and we live in the digital age, so we could drop our own movies, which Colored DNT. We come with our own movies, our own everything. Period.
Yeah, that's amazing. What is your favorite movie though?
Friday.
Which one? The first one?
The first one. Friday, Boys in the Hood. The Rugrats movie, the first one.
I don't hear that too often. That's a dope one.
Man, the first Rugrats movie is incredible, bro.
That's the one where they was in the jungle?
Yeah, exactly. Teach you a lot. The Lion King, that's my favorite movie. So actually it goes Friday, The Lion King, Boys in the Hood, the Rugrats, the first movie. Because Lion King, that's where Mufasa came from, obviously, you know, like that's probably like The Lion King is like my Bible in a movie. You know what I mean? For me, like you know, so I love movies though. I grew up with no cable and shit at times, you know, so we all we was doing was watching movies over and over. That's why girls, I know shit like Bring It On. I know all type of movies that like people should know because I ain't have no choice but to know it because that was all the movies that was in our crates, in our totes. So we was watching whatever movies my family just stole from Blockbuster and shit. We was just watching on repeat. Yeah.
Oh man, I miss going to Blockbuster. That's a pastime for real.
Oh yeah, man. Kids would know. Hey, I feel so old saying that, but it's the truth. These little motherfuckers would know. Blockbuster was like a damn amusement park.
Mm-hmm. Well, the audio push project that came out in August. Listen to some of those songs. I was like, it feels like some of these songs could possibly go on color. Like a Motherland could have went.
Oh yeah, because at this point, when we dropped that and got to doing all of that, by then I was already doing color. You know, I was already in this bag. You feel me? So it's like everything that's coming out of me at this point got to be this, and just it's just what it is. You know, like we've already done so much, man, so many styles of music. This is what pours out of me, though. Like I can make a song right here in this room, but it's just gonna be that's what's gonna pour out of me. I have to force a song that's like all that and shit, all this and all that. I gotta force all of that. Like, you feel me? I got the color pours out of me, though. You did.
Okay, so there wasn't really like no writer's block for this project, was it?
Fuck no. I had to take songs off and stop. You know, I had to stop making music because I was like, all right, no, I fuck with all this, and if I don't stop, I'm gonna just keep beating songs, and I'm gonna never have a project. You feel me? Because I just kept making better songs than the shit that I already had did. You feel me? So I'm only getting better every song. You feel me? Every rap I write, I get better. You know, so it's Period.
I can hear that. It's like when I'm listening to the album, I'm like, all right, what bar would I take out of this song? And I can't really find a bar that I would omit. It feels like everything is necessary.
Facts. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. Because that's the purpose. A lot of cats really be having 2 bars in the whole shit that you really hold on to because them was the only bars of the shit. Like, you know, I've grown to the space and I really pride myself on making it to where like I could say regular shit and that's a bar. You know, like if you don't own nothing, don't make no suggestions. That's a bar. Like, you feel me? Because like, now granted, the next line after is a real bar, which is really for the rap community, because it's like, if you don't own nothing, don't make no suggestions. You probably ignore your GPS, how you hate taking direction. You feel me? And so that more so like sets up that first bar. But if you just left that alone, if I just said that to somebody in conversation, just talking like they know everything and you don't own anything, like you shouldn't make many suggestions. Because like, we talking boss talk out here. We talking grown up ownership, and we talking the millennial age. It ain't really hard to own shit if you want to own something. You got to get out here and own it. You got to start something. And that's what we about. You know what I mean? That's our hashtag. That's our whole movement. Start something. That's our challenge to the Black community. Start something. I don't care what it is. Start something. Eyelash company, fingernail company, phone repair company, roll Blackwoods. You make drinks. You car detailing. You damn daycare. You basketball coach. Start something. And you can really this is my last question, like just listening to the album, and do you have survivor's guilt at all? Survivor's guilt, can you elaborate a little more? What's that mean?
Like in terms of like, you're pretty established, you've quote unquote made it, and you have all these people that are like, you were going back to that movie, they didn't get paid. You may have friends that are struggling, but you are successful. Like, do you feel any guilt for that?
Nah, because I ain't all the way made it. You know, like the beauty is like, other than carries, I've had carries for 7 years. That's my restaurant in San Bernardino. All these companies at the end of the day are still building. You got companies that literally we've been looking at all our lives that didn't survive this pandemic and are no longer. You know what I mean? That were established companies. So you ain't never made it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't made it yet. You feel me? I'm far from it. That's why I'm on the truck still. You get me? You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? So like, I don't have the only guilt that I be having, and I don't even really know. I don't, because I apply it all. So like, that's why I do use my voice for like the people in Rise or the people in my community that need help and the A, B, and C, because I'm still here. I'm still getting it with them. I'm still in the community. Not saying like I'm in the hood and doing all that. That's tough. But I'm still touching the people. I'm feeding the community multiple times throughout the year, not just fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, we feeding people in the city throughout the year. All the food that's extra every night, the food truck, we strive to go give out to the homeless every night. You know, we doing certain things that we doing just off GP. So I don't really have no guilt. You know, the only guilt I used to have is walking in a room and shining so bright and then people being intimidated by my light, and I would be guilty for that. And them days is over with. You know, but other than that, I don't really got no guilt, bro. And I ain't made it. I have made it though. I made it because I say I made it because I made it mentally, like mentally and spiritually. I know where I need to be, where I'm going. I know my goals. I know I see everything clear as day, spiritually, mentally, you know, intentionally. So that's why I've made it. You feel me? That's the difference between me and everybody else, because I ain't got like no crazy or extra just bread than these niggas. I ain't a million up yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like where I need to be yet. You feel me? I just do a really good job at sustaining these companies, building companies, creating, you know, residual income for myself and building these things. And we're just getting to see it in the beginning, and you just sadly don't get to see enough rappers and artists that are doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? That's why Nipsey was such a fucking superhero to people. You feel me? You know, I had a restaurant when Nip had the store. You feel me? But luckily, Nip just did it on a higher level and really took it to that level and recipes to go. You know what I'm saying? And now it's up to people like me to continue to keep the legacies of shit going. Feel me?
Wonderful, man. I feel like I could continue talking to you about a million things because you got nothing but game and great conversation.
Likewise, bro.
I do want to just say, like, this project, I really appreciate that body of work. I hope you make a part 2. If you don't, that's fine. I know whatever you make is gonna be fire. So yeah. And
yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking like eventually one day it will definitely be a color too. Cause I just it has to be, it just sounds fire. But I don't know when. But I definitely appreciate talking to you, man. You got great energy. You know, we could definitely build more in the future. I look forward to doing more interviews with you. You know, keep going crazy, man. I look forward to seeing you fucking having your own fucking network and just going crazy like you doing, bro. Period.
Hey, I appreciate that a ton. That's what we gotta do as a people. So yeah, definitely gonna continue.